Fire the cannon. Don't you see them? That rabble carries contamination.
They're so thin. I can see their ribs from here. This isn't right.
Standard containment protocol. If even one Titan carrier slips through, the entire kingdom falls. Do your duty.
The old woman clutches a little girl. Their bowls are empty. They're pleading.
Your hesitation is insubordination. Pull that lanyard, or I'll execute you myself right here.
The lanyard fell from Daichi's grip like a dead snake.
Number. I won't fire on starving refugees. They're our own people.
What? You defy me in front of the entire garrison. Seize him.
Do what you have to. I will not pull that lanyard.
The soldiers exchanged glances. Some looked away. No one moved to arrest him. Commander Ryu's face purpled with fury.
You cowards! Not one of you will follow an order? Then I'll execute him myself.
I won't fire on innocent people either, Commander. They're families, not Titans.
He's right. I've seen enough death. If that's a court-martial, so be it.
Rifle after rifle dipped. Murmurs rose like a tide, erasing the silence of compliance.
This is mutiny. I can't execute a whole garrison, but I can make you wish I had.
Inside Daichi, a fragile hope took root. He hadn't asked for this, but it was happening.
Fine. You won't fire, but this traitor will rot for insubordination. Arrest him. At least, that order you'll obey.
Rough hands seized Daichi. His wrists were bound, his rifle stripped, but his gaze never dropped.
You wanted to be a hero. Tell it to the rats in the dungeon. Your little rebellion dies right here.
They took him off the wall. The cannon stayed silent. The refugees still waited as the kingdom's cracks began to show. The dungeon beneath the garrison swallowed Daichi whole. Damp, cold, and quieter than a grave.
Daichi, it's Hiroshi. I paid the guard for a few minutes.
Hiroshi, the refugees. Did they make it?
They let them through the gate, but it's not freedom. They're locked in a quarantine pen, calling them contamination risks.
So I only traded their immediate death for a slower one. No, I can't accept that.
In the pen, the old woman Akiko clutched the child Yuki, their faces hollow with hunger, their hope already eroding.
Command is spreading propaganda that they carry dormant Titan strains. Some soldiers are starting to believe it.
And the ones who stood with me. What's happening to them?
They're being watched, but no one has been arrested yet. The garrison is split.
Daichi's fist clenched in the dark. The kingdom wasn't just going to silence him. It was going to make him watch as his defiance was twisted into a weapon. The next night, low voices bled through the stone. Two guards, just outside the cell block. One said Commander Ryu ordered a contingency. If the refugees live, blow the outer wall and blame Titans. Then purge the camp.
They'll murder every last one of them. And I'll be sitting in here while it happens. I didn't refuse that cannon so they could die slower. There has to be a way out.
He pressed his forehead to the cold bars, reckoning with the impossible. Then he remembered Hiroshi's promise to return.
Daichi, I've got maybe a minute. The garrison is tense. Some say command is planning something big.
I know what it is. They're going to stage a Titan breach and slaughter the refugees. I overheard the guards.
A staged breach? That's madness. Even loyalists won't buy that lie.
It doesn't matter what they believe. I need out. Tonight. Can you help me?
There's a drainage grate in the east corridor. If I bribe the turnkey, you might have a window. It's a slim chance.
Daichi squeezed through the rusted drainage grate, the cold muck soaking his uniform as he crawled toward the false dawn. The ground screamed. A shockwave threw him against the slime, and the air turned to cinders.
That's no Titan. It's demolition charges. The pattern is man-made.
Titans have breached the wall. The contaminated refugees drew them here. We must purge the infection at its source.
Below, refugees in the pen pressed against the fences, their cries drowned by the rising war chant of the garrison.
They'll slaughter everyone in that pen. I am the only one who knows it's a lie.
Move out. Cleanse the camp. For the kingdom.
Bayonets fixed. The soldiers' eyes were wild with fear and fury, their humanity buried under the commander's lie.
I need proof. Something they can't deny. Hiroshi, where are you?
Daichi vanished into the smoke. Every second counted now, and the only weapon he had left was the truth.
Hiroshi, Takeshi, you came. We need to get into the command tent. There are orders and detonators in there.
We slip in during the rotation. 2 minutes max. If we're caught, it's a firing squad.
I'll keep watch. If I whistle, scatter. No heroics until we have the proof.
They moved like ghosts into the tent, lamplight flickering over maps and sealed satchels.
Here, a detonator with serials matching the charges. And this folder is stamped Operation Clean Slate.
The orders were explicit. Demolish outer wall, blame Titans, eradicate refugee camp, signed by Commander Ryu.
This is enough to hang him. The whole command. We have to get this to the garrison before the purge starts.
They're already moving toward the camp. We're out of time.
Daichi stuffed the evidence into his tunic, his heart a hammer. They slipped out as the loyalist boots thundered past. Now came the hardest part, convincing an army to believe in treason before the kingdom drowned its own people in blood. Daichi, Hiroshi, and Takeshi slipped through the barracks, showing the blood-stained orders to one small group after another.
Look at these orders, signed by Ryu. The breach was staged to justify murdering those people.
Some soldiers stared in disbelief. Others recoiled, afraid of the consequences.
You've seen the explosion pattern. No Titan leaves charges like that. This is treason, not defense.
A few began to nod. Others looked away, but the seed of doubt was planted.
Spread the word. Quietly. Every soldier who knows the truth is one less blade against the camp.
Word spread like fire through dry grass. In mess halls and guard posts, whispers turned to murmurs.
So the traitor escaped and is poisoning the garrison. Then we'll choke his lies with martial law.
Curfews clamped down. Patrols doubled. Soldiers were ordered to report any seditious talk, but the evidence was already in too many hands. The garrison was splitting, and Daichi knew time was running out. Then the first punch landed. A loyalist sergeant shoved a defector, and the parade ground exploded into a brawl.
It's spreading. If this keeps up, the whole garrison will tear itself apart before the refugees are safe.
Then we stop waiting. We take the evidence to the wall at dawn. Show every soldier the truth at once.
A public stand? That's suicide. If the loyalists don't listen.
It's also the only way to be heard above the commander's lies. If I am going to die for this, I'll do it where it started.
They argued through the night, but by the third hour, no one could deny. A whisper campaign was no longer enough.
Then I'll stand with you. We'll gather everyone we can, and at dawn we'll face the garrison together.
Daichi nodded. He wrote no speech, only the words he wished someone had said to him before the cannon. As the first gray light touched the wall, Daichi, Hiroshi, and Takeshi moved through the shadows, rallying the converted to their side. And when the sun finally broke, Daichi climbed to the cannon emplacement, a detonator in one hand, a folder in the other, and the fate of thousands hanging on his next words.
This is the same cannon. The same lanyard I let go. I won't use it now, but I'll use the truth.
There he is. Seize that traitor before he poisons their minds. Anyone who hesitates joins him in the stockade.
Hiroshi and Takeshi threaded through the crowd, tapping shoulders and raising fists, rallying the uncertain to Daichi's side. But loyalists formed a wall of their own, bayonets aimed at fellow soldiers, their faces twisted by fear and duty. In the pen below, Akiko lifted her eyes toward the wall, her lips forming a silent prayer, Yuki buried against her chest.
They're watching. The old woman, the child. This isn't about defiance anymore. It's about their lives.
The sun peeled back, the last shadows, flooding the wall with merciless light. No place left to hide. Slowly, soldiers broke from the loyalist lines, walking toward the cannon emplacement as if drawn by gravity.
Shoot him. I'll do it myself if you cowards won't. That boy is a dead man standing.
Daichi raised the detonator high, and the murmur of the garrison died. The next words would carve history.
This detonator is no Titan relic. It's military issue, stamped with the same serials as the charges that blew our wall. Commander Ryu signed the orders himself. Operation Clean Slate. Erase the refugees. Blame Titans. Read it.
A hush fell. Some soldiers squinted at the papers, their hands tightening on their rifles.
Lies! He forged those. Shoot him. Now.
I saw the orders in the command tent. His name was on them.
We all saw the charges. No Titan left those.
Rifle barrels dipped by inches, the first crack in the wall of obedience.
You are all traitors, then. I will have you executed one by one.
You can't execute the truth. It's already in their hands.
The lie shattered, but on the wall, two armies now faced each other, and no one knew who would fire first.
Enough. Charge. Cut down the traitor and any who shield him.
You'll have to go through us first.
And then, the sound that unmade an army, steel clattering onto stone. Rifles dropped in a chain of refusal.
This mutiny will be crushed. You'll all hang.
We are not mutineers. We are the shield the kingdom forgot. Today, we protect the refugees with our lives.
The line shattered. Defectors swelled Daichi's side, while the terrified loyalists huddled opposite, rifles trembling.
Lay down your weapons. Join us, or step aside. No one else needs to die for Ryu's lies.
Commander Ryu fled down the battlement, his authority gone, his threats swallowed by the dawn.
We're coming. Hold on just a little longer.
And there, on the wall where he had refused the cannon, Daichi's stand became a line of no return. The civil war had ignited. The loyalists lunged. Bayonets met shields in a grinding clatter, but the rebels held a wall of refusal that refused to kill.
Press them back toward the inner gate. Disarm. Don't destroy. We're here to end this, not become it.
On your left. Don't let them flank us.
Below, Hiroshi threw open the camp gate and waved the refugees toward the supply depot, his voice raw with urgency.
Move. Keep the children close. We have food and water waiting.
You came for us after all the kingdom's lies. Thank you.
On the wall, the loyalist formation dissolved. Soldiers threw down rifles and ran, their will shattered by the truth.
This means nothing. I'll bring the entire royal army down on your heads.
You are safe. All of you. And no cannon will ever threaten you again.
The wall belonged to the rebels. The refugees were fed, but the kingdom would not forget, and the real war was only beginning. That evening, in the captured command post, Daichi gathered the rebel captains around a map stained with the day's blood.
We hold the wall, but if we stop here, the kingdom will grind us down. We must carry the truth to the palace.
An assault on the inner city. The royal army outnumbers us 3-1. How many of these faces do we lose?
We'll lose more if we wait. They'll brand us traitors and execute every last refugee. Offense is survival.
I won't ask anyone to follow me, but I am going. Staying here just protects the lie until it comes back with slaughter.
Silence. Then, one by one, fists rose. Not in anger, but in grim consent.
Then I'll lead the left flank. But promise me, Daichi, we don't become the kingdom we're fighting.
Preparations tore through the night. Weapons sharpened, rations divided. The rebels were no longer defenders.
Form ranks. We march at first light. Stay close, shield the flanks, and remember, we carry more than steel.
Daichi looked back once at the silent cannon, then turned toward the inner city. The die was cast. Smoke choked the capital streets. Rebel rifle fire answered royal barricades, and Daichi's column pushed forward inch by bloody inch.
Hiroshi, flank the alley. Takeshi, lay down cover fire. We break them here.
You heard him. Keep advancing. Don't let them breathe.
But Ryu had set a trap. From the rooftops, Loyalist sharpshooters opened fire, pinning Daichi's squad in the open square.
Daichi, get down.
The bullet meant for Daichi tore through Takeshi's chest. He crashed to the cobblestones, blood spreading beneath him.
Takeshi, no. Stay with me.
You kept your promise. Now keep going. For them.
Takeshi's hand fell. Daichi screamed, but the sound turned into a roar that lit the rebel line like fire. The rebels surged. Breaching through, they took the inner city by noon, but Daichi knelt beside his friend, victory tasting like ashes.
We're not done. The palace still stands. For Takeshi, we end this now.
Every soldier who died deserves more. We take the throne room.
The rebels, fueled by grief and fury, stormed the palace gates. Loyalist guards fell back, overwhelmed by the sheer force of the final charge. In the throne room, the trembling king raised his hands. A herald announced the offer. The king offered a truce, recognition, and land for the rebels if they laid down arms.
A truce? You slaughtered innocent people and called it Titan defense. No compromise. Your reign ends now. The old system dies with it. Unconditional surrender, or we tear this palace apart.
The loyalist officers threw down their swords. The civil war was over. Winning the war was only the beginning. What came next would be harder than any battle. In the war-torn throne room, rebel captains and refugee elders gathered around a splintered table. The air was thick with the weight of a new beginning.
Daichi, the people look to you. We need a leader. Will you guide this new nation?
I didn't refuse a cannon to wear a crown. If we replace one ruler with another, nothing changes. We'll build a republic where power belongs to the people, not a single throne.
A murmur swept the hall. Some nodded, others looked uncertain, but Hiroshi stepped forward.
Then I'll serve that republic. Let's choose a council, write a charter, and make sure no one man holds the kingdom's fate again.
Daichi, you gave us more than food. You gave us a voice. We'll never forget.
Daichi walked back to the wall where the cannon still pointed outward. He stood beside it, his hand never touching the lanyard. A new flag rose over the capital. The old kingdom was gone. Daichi did not reach for power. He let it go, and that became his greatest legacy. Months passed. The Republic found its footing, but Daichi returned to the wall alone, seeking something he couldn't name.
I never fired it. Not once. Not when they screamed. Not when the world burned. I kept that promise.
His hand rested on the cold iron of the cannon, never straying to the lanyard.
I thought I'd find you here. The wall feels different now. Quiet, like it finally exhaled.
Akiko, I am glad to see you well. Truly well.
We owe you our lives. Yuki asks about you every day. She calls you the soldier who didn't shoot.
I only did what was right. What anyone should have done.
But they didn't. You were the first. That matters.
Daichi looked out at the fields where refugees once starved, now dotted with new homes. The cannon's lanyard hung motionless in the evening breeze. His vow remained unbroken. Many years later, Daichi sat on a bench near the cannon monument, watching the republic he had helped build. Children climbed on the cannon, their laughter ringing where threats once echoed. A young soldier in the new republic uniform approached him, her eyes curious and reverent.
You are him, the soldier who never fired. Will you tell me about that day?
There isn't much to tell. I just couldn't pull that lanyard. Not when I saw the people.
His simple words were repeated across the city, becoming part of the Republic's founding myth. The cannon's lanyard, still untouched, was sealed in a glass case in the museum. Every year, soldiers came to see it, to remember that one refusal could change history.
I never fired it, not once. And I never will.
He had become the soldier who never fired, and the Republic stood as proof that a single choice could reshape a kingdom. Daichi never pulled that lanyard. Not on the day of the stand, not through the war, not once for the rest of his life. The Republic he sparked grew tall on that singular restraint, proving that a refusal can be more powerful than any weapon.
They call me a hero, but I was just a soldier who couldn't look away.
He lived long enough to see the first generation born without fear of titans or kingdoms. The cannon remained, a monument not to firepower, but to the moment a single choice tipped the scales of history. And in his final years, Daichi would sit beside it, his eyes crinkled in a quiet smile. He had kept his vow. Not a single life was taken by his hand.
I am ready. The world is better now.
The soldier who never fired became the seed of a republic that refused to die. And when Daichi finally closed his eyes, the lanyard still hung untouched. The capital grew around the monument, its streets named after the soldier who never fired. Children climbed over the cannon, their laughter, a final victory no battle could claim. The Republic flag fluttered over every rooftop, woven from a promise kept. In a quiet garden, Akiko and Yuki sat among flowers that had never seen war. The museum hall filled with silence, the lanyard in its case glowing under reverent light. Generations came to see it, the weapon that never took a life because one soldier refused. Courage is not always in the pulling, but in the letting go. Daichi's shadow still walked the wall, a memory etched in stone. The Republic stood because on that wall, a 19-year-old refused to fire, and the cannon stayed silent, forever marking the day a soldier chose peace. In the silent museum hall, the lanyard lies coiled behind glass, dusted by time, but still whole. That frayed cord became the thread that stitched a broken kingdom back together. The cannon on the wall has grown cold, but it remembers the heat of that morning. Every child who visits learns. Strength is not always in striking, but in staying still. It never fired, not once, not through the war, not through the peace, because Daichi chose to let go. A republic was born. The museum plaque tells his name, but it cannot hold his quiet. The lanyard is not a relic of war. It is a relic of restraint, and so the wall stands not as a barrier, but as a monument to one decision, a soldier who never fired, a life that never ended, a peace that never broke. Daichi's silhouette fades into the golden dusk, the great wall shrinking behind him like a forgotten dream. He walks without armor, without rank, only the title given by the people. The soldier who never fired. The cannon, silent and cold, remains where he left it. A monument not to war, but to a single choice. Its lanyard swings gently in the breeze, a pendulum that measures not seconds, but the weight of conscience. Children will grow up in this light, never knowing the terror of a command to fire on the innocent, because one soldier on one impossible morning chose to look down and see people, not targets. His refusal became the foundation of the Republic, stronger than stone, steadier than any steel. And as the sun finally touches the horizon, his steps carry him beyond the wall, into legend. He never fired the cannon, not once, not ever, not when the world begged him to. And because of that, peace followed.